Okay, everybody, welcome to the wasmCloud community meeting for February the 10th, 2021. wasmCloud is working to simplify event-driven distributed development. I don't think we have any new members today, so we'll turn it right over to Bill for a quick walkthrough on all the new CI/CD stuff. So Bill, I'll give you the ability to share your screen. I don't know if you
Thank you.
walk through or not.
Yeah, sounds good.
So, yeah. Okay, you're good to go.
Sweet. All right, can everybody see my screen? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
We did thumbs up. Yeah.
I am running on Linux, so you never know. Cool. So yeah, so actor interfaces is something we've spent a good deal of time on automating this week. So I mean, just kind of walk you through. For example, we have actor core. Underneath actor core, we have each language represented. So obviously Rust. And with all of these, we have added GitHub workflows. So if you check into main on this repository, it's going to run through some basic, cargo build, cargo test format, make sure Clippy's happy, just to actually get that, committed in. And then when we tag specific tags, so it's basically per interface, it's basically the name -v in the version. When you set that tag, it's actually going to go through and do the release. So this will create the GitHub release. We'll then create the cargo, push that up to crates.io. And also for this one, we have assembly script. So that is going up to NPM. And so that's pretty much the workflow for all of them. It should be pretty easy to add actor interfaces as we go along. This is pretty much a template, and you can change the name of the working directory and the tag, and obviously the name. And just for an example, we have the messaging actor interface here up on crates.io. So you can see the Rust doc, very pretty. And if you actually just search wasmCloud, I mean, they all got pushed up just recently, 2 hours ago. So you'll actually see all these interfaces. They're all handled by our lovely little Wask automation bot, which has yet to be updated. So that's the crates.io Rust section. And then it's pretty much the same for NPM, if my browser will let me. So you can see where these are a little old. The NPM stuff was just added this morning, so those get released before the end of the day. But it's pretty much the same thing. We have a wasmCloud organization. I can link this in the wasmCloud chat. And so all of our assembly scripts packages will be located here. Is there anything else I should go over, Liam or Kevin?
Real quick, we have some TinyGo packages, right? How do you get to those?
Yeah, so those, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe Kevin, but these are actually just, you interact with these through Git, kind of like you would with like a Go module.
Yeah, as long as we have the go.mod file there, then you should be able to refer to our Go packages just with the GitHub path.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is actually completely up to date at this point. No, it's definitely not. But we kind of have like our little checklist here. We should go in and update that. And obviously anyone who wants to contribute to any of these things, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, it looks like that checklist is real close. We need to add the TinyGo ones, but it looks like it's up to date for the other two.
Perfect. Yeah, we can update that just so it's more obvious to everybody. But yeah, so I mean, feel free to play around, check out these crates. If you find anything that we could improve as far as the workflow is concerned, ping us on Slack, make a pull request. Happy to take a look. And that's about it.
Okay, that's awesome. And then Brooks, did that run through the stuff that you wanted to review as well, or do you have other stuff you want to dive into?
I was just going to make a couple of quick comments. I've been trying to keep up with that checklist in the wasmCloud channel, which is pretty much like the remaining work that we have on external dependencies, like outside of the wasmCloud core project or product. And it's going great. I mean, all of our actor interfaces are published to crates.io now. We have 2 more that we need for TinyGo to be complete there. For our capability providers, now that actor interfaces have been published, the new flow with wasmCloud development is you define this interface, providers and actors use that same common interface. And now that our first party interfaces are published, We just need to update our capability providers and our example actors to use those published crates. And then those can be complete and ready to use. The providers will also be published to crates.io. And both of them will be published to our Azure Container Registry, publicly available, and we'll be sure to update that specific repository README with like version tags and URLs so that you can download and get them scheduled locally too. I wanted to make a quick comment that we've set ourselves to kind of a rough standard to start with this release, which is to release everything with CI/CD, which makes it take a little bit longer than if we were releasing individually. But what's awesome about this is any future release is as simple as bumping a version and then pushing a GitHub release. So we like put in the work in the beginning, and now for any future releases is going to be painless and simple and tested.
It's great. And did anybody have any challenges on the naming convention? We seem to kind of adopt there, where in the folder structures, we're not repeating wasmCloud, but like crates.io, we thought we should tag everything all out, with wasmCloud at first. Did that make sense to everybody, feedback wise?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, awesome. Brooks, anything else?
Only other comment, so from here we have 2 TinyGo interfaces, we have 3 example actors, and 3 capability providers that need to be updated.
Do you want to share your list on screen just real fast? I don't know if you have it up in front of you there.
Let me see if I have it exactly updated. Okay, so in the wasmCloud channel, you can see it here. Our 2 interfaces left, and this is I've been going through and updating this. I don't know if it's pinned or not, but our 2 interfaces left are HTTP server and key value for TinyGo. We have PRs open for HTTP client and logging capability providers. The ones that need updating to 0.15 are Nats, Telnet, and Redis streams. And then the examples that need updating are extras, in-memory streams, and subscriber. All of the other ones have either been updated and are just waiting to be pushed to our Azure CR with our CI/CD, or they've been completed. So the exception of actor-to-actor calls, which we've moved to a patch version of wasmCloud due to an issue that we found, the list is looking a lot shorter here.
Okay, that's awesome. I feel like you've got a little bit of color there in your head. I don't know if ultimately, you're just going to grind them all out, which is, I feel like what's been happening, or maybe a little bit of that color might help someone else pick up if you just put some like a comma and then what's remaining on those. But thank you so much, Brooks. This looks great. Any other questions for Brooks around remaining work on the .15 release or CI/CD for Bill or anything? Okay, awesome. So real quick, I'm going to go ahead and just share. There's a few events you should probably take action on today. There's one you should probably take action on today, and that's the early bird KubeCon and WASM Day registration. Just to call out that through this Sunday, Valentine's Day, there's a special discount early bird registration. That's a significant discount for the online conference. There is a plan for KubeCon US to have an in-person component, is the sort of rough draft at the moment. So we're already kind of planning and working out from there. The second thing to take action on is the CFP for Cloud Native WASM Day is open. So if you would like to submit, or if you have a project that you're excited about, I encourage you to go ahead and submit. Kevin, Ralph, and I are on the process committee for that. So we're obviously trying to make sure that we help support a broad and inclusive community of people that are excited about cloud native stuff. And I fully hope to see some cross-lid stuff and a few other things on the agenda. The WebAssembly Summit is CFP for this is closed, but this is in flight. This is, I think, April 22nd And then, of course, the Cloud Native WASM Day is May the 4th, which will be an online event starting at like 3 in the morning because that is scoped to European time. Kevin, did we have any details on your talk upcoming that you wanted to share?
Yeah, it's part of like a monthly meetup, so it's not like part of a conference or anything. And I'll share a link to it once I have it.
Super. Open floor. Anyone else have any events going on that they wanted to mention? Okay. Well, I think, Kevin, just kind of look to you. Is there anything else on the issues or pull requests that we'd want to highlight or talk through? I feel like the pull requests have been fast and furious this month throughout wasmCloud. Anything you want to highlight?
No, I think Brooks pretty much covered it. We're just trying to make sure that all of the changes that we have in flight settle down. I mean, ODOT 15 has basically been ready to go for a little while. We're just making sure that all of the automation stuff is able to push out the releases that we need. We finish up the actor interfaces and then finish up upgrading all the capability providers, and then we'll be good to go.
Okay, that's great. Quick org announcement. The wasmCloud LLC is like an actual thing. So we do have trademarks in flight on all the components now. Our intention is that at some point all of this work will be moved to some kind of a standards body when an appropriate conduit exists, a la like a CNCF type motion or something like that. So I will keep everybody up to date. We've got a team working on new logos and branding for the whole org. And we hope to have something to share on that next week. I didn't have anything else. Anyone else have anything open floor they wanted to bring up or talk about? Maybe I would just point out real quick, Matt's from Google did an awesome like little Google Doc of his experience going through some of the tutorials and got some great feedback on things that worked and didn't work and challenges he had. I would encourage anyone else as we kind of like start to wrap up .15, help us run through some scenarios, what worked, what didn't work, what's still painful. Not only to see if there's anything we need to fix or document better, but as we start to look ahead and put together a crisp plan for the next release. Last call on open floor. Now go ahead and stop recording and we can all hang out. All right. Thank you, everybody.